Opening narration: a world shaped by motion. In a world where every heartbeat echoes through forests, where the river carves its ancient path across the earth, and where the wind whispers old stories of survival, two dogs begin a journey that is as timeless as nature itself. Their paws touch the wet sand, their breath steams in the morning air, their eyes burn with ins. This is not simply a tale of animals. This is a story about life in its rawest form. A story about motion, struggle, companionship, and the art of creating a world from nothing. Welcome to Life in Motion: How These Dogs Build Their Own World. The sun rises slowly, stretching golden arms across the shimmering surface of a peaceful river. Mist dances above the water. Birds call out to one another, announcing another day of existence. Then suddenly two figures emerge. A strong black dog charges into view, muscles rippling beneath wet fur. His companion, a white dog full of playful energy, follows with a joyful bark. They leap into the shallow water, splashing wildly, droplets turning into diamonds in the morning light. For them, this river is not a playground. It is a teacher, a trainer, a source of strength that sharpens their reflexes, builds their muscles, and prepares them for the demands of the wild. As they shake off the water, the narrator speaks. In nature, joy is never meaningless. Even play is survival training. Childhood lessons. Nature is the first teacher. Every life begins small. Every creature begins unprepared. These two dogs were once fragile pups, eyes closed, ears folded, unaware of the world's beauty and its dangers. But nature wastes no time. It begins teaching from the very first day. They learn to read vibrations in the ground, to distinguish friend from foe by scent alone, to sense danger long before they could see it. Their play fights as puppies, biting, tumbling, wrestling were not mere games. They were rehearsals for survival. They learned speed from chasing birds. They learned patience from stalking tiny insects. They learned awareness from every shifting leaf, every crackling branch. And more importantly, they learned each other. They became brothers, not by blood, but by survival. Survival written in paw prints. With the sun climbing higher, the real work begins. The search for food. In a world governed by instinct, hunger is the sharpest motivator. The black dog leads. His instincts are older, deeper, more commanding. The white dog follows, curious and alert, ears perked like living antennae. They sniff the wind. They listen to the grass. They examine footprints, large, small, fresh, faded. Every clue matters. Sometimes they catch scent of a rabbit. And the chase begins. The ground shakes beneath their sprint. Their bodies move like arrows fired by nature itself. Other days, they rely on human leftovers, bones, scraps, anything that carries even a memory of nourishment. Because nature has no guarantees. A feast one day can turn into starvation the next. To survive, they must outthink, outmaneuver, and outrun hunger itself. The silent language of trust. Trust in the wild is not given, it is earned, moment by moment. These two dogs communicate without speaking. A brief glance, a wag of the tail, a change in posture, a gentle growl that warns of danger, a comforting brush of fur that signals safety. When the black dog steps forward to investigate a suspicious sound, the white dog circles behind him, guarding the rear. When the white dog tires, the black dog slows down, nudging him forward gently. Their bond is their greatest strength. Loyalty, unity, brotherhood. These are not human inventions. They are laws written deep within the animal soul. But their world is not made only of beauty. Every day is a gamble. Tall grasses conceal snakes whose venom can end life in seconds. Large birds circle above, waiting for weakness. Stray packs roam the forests, ready to defend territory with brutal force. And humans, sometimes kind, sometimes cruel, appear without warning. One afternoon, a sharp cry echoes through the forest. The black dog limps backward. A thorn has pierced deep into his paw. Nature does not pause. Danger doesn't stop. But the white dog rushes to him instantly, nudging him, staying close, refusing to leave. In the silence of the forest, one truth rings clear. Even in the wild, compassion survives. When evening arrives, shadows stretch across the earth. The river darkens. The creatures quiet down. The dogs find a resting place under a wide, ancient tree. Its roots form natural shelter, and its leaves whisper lullabies with every breeze. The white dog yawns, curls into a soft patch of grass, and drifts into sleep. The black dog stays awake longer, always alert, always listening. Guardians never fully rest, not even in sleep. Night brings cold winds and distant growls. But together, they endure. Rest is not an escape from survival. It is preparation for tomorrow's battle. At dawn, they wander near the edges of human settlements. Humans have accompanied dogs for over 15,000 years. A partnership forged in fire, fear, and companionship. And even though these dogs are not owned, the bond is still present. A fisherman throws leftover scraps near them. A child waves. An old woman smiles softly as they pass. There is no leash here. No commands. No obedience. Only a quiet mutual respect. Humans feed them occasionally, and in return, the dogs protect the area instinctively, keeping predators at bay without being asked. Their relationship is not one of master and servant. It is one of coexistence. Their entire universe spans a few winding forest paths, a cooling river, 3 or 4 favorite resting spots, and the open sky above. To humans, this seems small. But to them, this world is infinite. Every day brings new scents, new challenges, new discoveries. A fallen tree becomes a fortress. A muddy patch becomes a training field. A distant howl becomes a warning. This is how they build their world. Bit by bit, step by step, pawprint by pawprint. The world is not made of land. It is made of experiences. Then comes the moment that tests every creature. A storm. Thunder growls across the sky. Winds whip through the trees. Rain crashes down violently. But the dogs do not cower. They run. They leap. They howl excitedly, embracing the storm as if it were an old friend. Rain sharpens scents. Rain cleans the earth. Rain resets the landscape. When the storm finally fades, the world feels reborn. Fresh trails. Fresh footprints. Fresh opportunities. And once again, they begin their daily race. Driven by instinct, hunger, and hope. As the camera slowly pulls back, the dogs continue walking into the forest, side by side. Their story is simple, yet deeply profound. They teach us, life is movement, strength is earned, trust is built, the world is created through courage, and survival is a dance between risk and resilience. These dogs aren't heroes in the human sense. They don't seek glory, comfort, or recognition. They live because nature demands it. They continue because instinct guides them. They stay together because loyalty binds them. This is their world, raw, unpolished, but beautiful. And this is their truth. That life is not defined by what you have, but by how fiercely you protect it. As the river glimmers behind them and the forest calls them forward, the narrator concludes. This is the story of motion, instinct, and brotherhood. This is the story of 2 dogs building a universe from the ground beneath their paws. This is life in motion. End.